Okay, New York session live, starting New York session in about 20 minutes. Started a new H8 bar. Gonna flip through all my New York pairs and create my watch list. So I'm just gonna go through all these pairs and scan all the time frames. And if the quick buy section is lit up with everything that I'm looking for, then I'm gonna put it on the watch list. So here on NAS on the daily, we have bullish directional bias. 100% of the levels on the daily are bullish. Momentum time frame has been triggered. Monthly traders have entered the market. We've triggered the previous month high, and we're currently in bullish breakout. Markets in expansion. Last setup time frame, the 3 months, closed in bullish breakout. Last monthly bar also closed in bullish breakout. That's the momentum time frame. So we have that. This is something new that I just put in today. Last bar has an entry bar. So last bar was a trend breakout entry. So that's good confluence, and we have a setup here. This is a trend retracement setup. I have setups to trade every move in the market. This star icon is my trend retracement setup. So I want higher time frames pushing in one direction. Then I'm looking for a retracement down to that daily breakout level on the daily bar. Fake out the momentum time frame, which is up here, the H8, and then take it back up to the high. For me, this is a little bit too high. This is not usually the structure that I'll be trading. Don't really like this one. Also in ranges here. So I'm going to put it on the watch list, but unlikely to take that unless it pulls back even deeper. SPX, we have setups over here, trend retracement on the daily, trend continuation on weekly, and a trend breakout on the monthly. So SPX is moving strong. Breakout trades, if I don't catch that breakout, the initial breakout in this case of the previous month high, which happened over here, I always want to see consolidation and then take a breakout. If I miss that one, I'm looking for price to come back, pull back and fake out a low. Did that over here. Did not see this one, did not notice this one. So can't get in, can't get into this one. Needed to pull back even again, but I think it's unlikely that it'll pull back again. I think this is just going to keep continuing up. We do have a setup here on the H4 trend pullback setup. So trend pullbacks basically let me know that we have a bullish trend, and now we flipped the breakout level and faked out the low. So we have the breakout level. I have to go in a little bit deeper here, but I think it's this one right here. And we faked out the H4 low, and then I can drop down to lower time frames and trade the move back up to the high. So actually, I don't mind this one. I'll shortlist that one. But let's see how the H8 closes. H8 is also on a trend pullback. So same thing, breakout level, flip that breakout level. And now price has come down, faked out the low. First trade is a move up to the breakout level, which it has already completed. And then second move is a from above that breakout level to continue back up. And so that's what I'd be looking for. But again, let's see how this H8 closes. It looks like it's going to close bearish fake out, which would turn this into a trend continuation instead. US 30, we have something on the daily and the weekly. Weekly is a trend continuation. Breakout followed by an inside. Price came down, faked out the low, flipped momentum time frame for a false breakout, and I'd expect price to get back to the highs. Don't mind that one. I did have a bullish bias on US 30, but I was not able to get in. There was some random news event that happened, and then I just couldn't find an entry after that. Again, this is same like NAS. Right now it's trend retracement, and it's a bit too high up for me. Need to find some sort of better entry. But right now I can't find it. Silver signal bars here on the higher time frames daily is in a trend breakout. We're breaking out, wanted to pull back. H8 is breaking out of a range right here, but we are coming down from a breakout reversal on the weekly. Weekly's in breakout reversal, weekly breakout levels here. Price came up, faked out the high, and I would expect price to come down, but now we're actually breaking out of a range. So lots of mixed bias here. Have to be careful about trades on silver. Putting on the watch list, but don't really like that one. Gold is in a lot of ranges here. 15 more minutes. Let's see what happens here with the H8s. We'll come back and have a look at this again. But I don't like any of these. Yellow is discretionary. I'll come back and check it out to see if how the H8 bar closed. But again, I don't want to be trading in the middle of these ranges. Faked out high, faked out low. I expect price to come up. Whenever you're in ranges, go from top to bottom, bottom to top, and just keep doing that until the market breaks out. Next one, oil. So far, I still don't see much besides SPX. Have one here, trend retracement on the H1, but we are in ranges here, faked out the low. Flip breakout level, faked out from down here. This trend pullback came back above. We are in ranges here. Higher the range, anything can kind of happen at these points. So I think I'll skip this one. Don't really like this one, but let's see again how this H8 bar closes. So there was one here. Blue are lower time frame session trades basically on the H1. I'll have a look at that later. Aussie USD, nothing here on the hard time frames. H8 is pushing. False breakout, fake out continuation. So we are coming down, and if it gets back above monthly breakout level, then I might think about it, but I'd rather have a pullback rather than go from here and continue on. Nothing here. Nothing on Euro USD. GBP USD also inside ranges. The quick buy section lets me know when the market's trending, and right now, when there's so many ranges, it's definitely not. Reversal on the M15. Gonna let me think about this. I've not triggered that range yet. Yeah, no. I'm gonna put it on the watch list because this one's lit up, but I don't really like the price action here. Usually with my trades, I should be able to see it immediately. So I don't see anything here either. NZD USD flipping here at the previous week high. Daily is pushing strong, but we are on breakout reversal and false breakout. I actually like this one. Don't have a signal, but I'll put it on discretionary. Have a look at it again. If it stays, if it can get back below the previous week low, this is actually a nice little move. It's pulling back nice. So I'm looking for something like this, pull back and then take it from the top, bring it down. As long as we stay below previous week low. If it gets back above, then I'm not interested. But I do like having these breakout levels nearby. And I'll have a look at that. I'm just going to mark this off. Don't have any signal. This is discretionary, but just something that I saw that might be interesting. USD CAD. This was something that I liked in New York session yesterday. Didn't have an entry, and now it looks like it's reversing instead. H4 bar. We're still above monthly breakout levels. We're right at the daily breakout level. In ranges here, faking out the range. When you fake out one side, I expect price to get down to the other. Lots of mixed buys here. I think I can find better than this. Nothing here. Kind of surprising. I thought there would be a nice buy on USD CAD this week. USD Swiss, nothing here. Nothing. Moves strong here, but I didn't see anything. Faked out the range high. Now expect price to get down to the other side of the range, but there's breakout levels in between. There's another range here on the weekly as well. So lots of ranges here. Safer to just stay away from that. UJ, nothing on the hard time frames, nothing on lower time frames. Moving on. Aussie CAD. Bullish directional bias, but these ones, M15, M5, these are more scalping. I don't like to scalp non-major pairs. I need tight spreads, so I'm not going to look at that. CAD Swiss. Look at all these ranges here. Trading inside the ranges can get really frustrating, so I don't want to get into that. Nothing on CAD J. We do have lots of confluence here. Everything that I'm looking for is here, but we are in ranges. So that's why it's dimmed out. And we have not triggered the correct side of that range. Don't see anything here on EuroCAD either. Nothing here. So this is pretty much the extent of my analysis. I don't like to sit around and mark off charts and draw trend lines and all that stuff. I just want to get to the computer, take my trade, and get off. That's it. And so designing my strategy in this way helps me do that. I just walk in, flip through, mark off if I see something nice, and then take the trade and go. Okay, EJ. Okay, so I took Swiss JPY. I saw EJ moving. Let's see, is this going to continue? We don't really have nice bar flow. You can see what happens when you don't have breakouts in the bar flow. Price just ends up consolidating. Yeah, I don't think I see anything here. Doesn't look like much today in New York session. GJ, I saw this in Asia session, wanted to take this up, but I didn't set up for me, and then it just shot up right before London. So I did not catch that move. I was looking for a move from previous day high back to the top, and now I don't know where it's going. It is out of range, can do anything at this range, but my assumption is that it's just going to go back down. Okay, so did not see anything I liked except XPX, so I might look at that. If I don't see anything, then I'm going to look at the other pairs, D30 here. Okay, so I saw this in London session, had a setup here, but I did not like it because we were at the previous month high, and now we have come back down. We have possible continuation moves here on the daily setup time frame. Breakout reversal, H8 trend reversal, breakout reversal, flip that breakout level. We do have ranges, and this actually might be a support level. But if it does get underneath, then usually when you try to break out of a range and it comes back in, then I would expect price to get back to the other side. So right now it's holding there, but let's see what happens here. H4 bar, weekly and daily are still bullish here. H8 is strong, pushing down. Have one on the scalping. It looks like it might be a scalping session for me. You can find setups on any time frame, but I prefer the higher time frames. But I don't mind trading these lower time frames either. So this is one that I liked in Asia, but did not set up for me in Asia. Wanted to waiting for a pullback to take it down, flip the breakout level, flip H8. Now it's in a down here below here is a H8 trend reversal, and in London I saw this move coming up, popped up. There was a range, I think, on the M15 or H1 or somewhere, came up at the high of that range, and I saw this move, but didn't want to take it because I was done with London, and it actually ended up completing. So probably could have taken that, but yeah, I just skipped that one. We're still in a range here, so I expect price to just continue ranging. Need to see what happens here on the H8. Another one that I'll check out later, UK 100. Trend retracement inside of ranges. Swiss JPY. Okay, don't see anything there. Already looked at USD pairs, Swiss JPY. Took this one in London session, did a video about that, took the breakout over here at the end of the H1 bar, ended up taking partials here. Price came down, and now I'm expecting it to get up to that range. Came up to that H4 breakout level already. I guess that was the alert that just happened, but I already took partials, so I'm not taking partials again. And now I'm looking for a continued move back up to the high. Something I don't like about this is that it has not faked out the low of the range, so it kind of doesn't make sense for me for it to keep going. But we did have bullish bias, bullish pressure on this, so I'm just gonna keep riding this one. Okay, I didn't see GG. I already looked at NZD JPY. Okay, trend breakout here. If this closes and breakout, this could be a pullback. And again, these are in ranges here. 6 months false breakout, flipping the 6 month level and reversing the trend on the 3 months. Okay, so a bullish bias here. I might look for a move here in NJ. We're in ranges, daily range. Yeah, it's got to get above. I'll just shortlist this since I have nothing on my watch list here. SPX, NJ. I'll just put these other ones, T30, NAS, US 30, silver, gold, oil. My spread is a little high. And I'll have a look at NZD USD right at 8 p.m. Okay, so that's my watch list. I didn't see anything I liked. Yeah, let's see what happens here. All right, NY equity open 10 minutes ago. Yeah, equity open can do anything. So have a strong push down. This is not my style of trading. I know some people can take these sort of trades. I don't really like to take these. I'm going to wait for the H1 bar to close. So 17 more minutes for this to close in bearish breakout, which would technically turn this bearish breakout reversal on a daily. But we do have lots of hard time frame pressure pushing up, and we have not completed the move to the high of the range on monthly. Faked out, really strong fake out of the low, still above. Hard time frames are still bullish in my opinion, so I'm going to be careful about taking a possible sell on this. I'm actually going to drop down to the 1 minute and see if I can spot momentum shifting on the M15. If I see it start shifting, then I'm going to possibly take a very aggressive buy. But we'll see. When I'm looking at momentum, I'm just looking to see the breakout levels. I want to see breakout levels flip. And right now the breakout level's up high. No reason at all for me to buy from down here. 100% need to see a flip of the breakout level. If there's no flip of that breakout level, then there's no entry. That tells me that momentum is just completely bearish. Any other pair, I would be looking for sells, but US 30 kind of has this nasty habit of tricking people like this. So I might try to get ahead of it, but only if momentum lets me know. All right, so other pairs, UK 100 actually looks not too bad here, flipping the breakout reversal. We don't have market expansion, breakout bar, but string of fake out bars here. Momentum time frame is stuck in a range. We have not triggered either side of the range, so this is a risky move. Nikkei, this is what I was looking for, and I still want this to continue on down, so I might think about this one. Depends on how the 15-minute closes. Gold just in the middle of this range, just going back and forth. I would expect it to come up, but who knows with gold. NAS daily breakout level. H4. Have to look at that closer. And ZD I did want to see price get back underneath this week low. Put a higher alert. I have one already, but let's see if it does come close to faking out that week low or breaking out again. USD CAD was bullish on this. Now I'm bearish. Now I don't know where it's going. Euro USD is in breakout. So this is the one, just visually, I like this one the most. Inside bar creates a range. Fake that one side. I expect price to get up. But when you have a higher time frame level going right through it, sometimes it will get stuck here. So I'll keep an eye on this. If it gets below the previous day high, then I'll look for sells. But yeah, a little bit tricky this session. I might have another session of no trades. Okay, so still nothing yet. I'll be back at 9. All right, so H1 bar closed and nothing. So US 30 just continues on down. No sign of a pullback here. We are faking out. No, we're not. We're breaking up below previous H1 low. No sign of anything here. I'm not going to take any reversals there. Scanning the market, did not see much that I'd be looking to trade just yet. Going to turn off this alert. Here on Nikkei, I saw that the H2 closed in a breakout over here, but the H1 is still in a range, still stuck in this range. I would like to see this break out. You're not doing anything. Sometimes I can see the trade better in different time frames. Don't see anything here. So everything's going counter trend. So a little bit difficult to trade. Okay, so still no trades here. Euro USD starting to push down. This is what I'm thinking about. Getting underneath that previous day high. Aussie USD is inside this range, so I don't want to trade back into this range. It's a weak range high. Okay, so we're outside of that range. Broke outside. Yep, so these are all counter trends. I'm seeing all these moves as retracements. So a little bit tricky to trade. Inside bar, we're getting outside. Yeah, I still don't see anything that I'm seeing a strong push, but nothing tradable just yet. Yen pair is just stuck in this range. Took Swiss JPY in London. Took my partials already, just holding on to this. SPX dropping here. NAS starting to show signs of pulling back. US 30 still no signs. Let's see if this can get back above the H8. Okay, I think the closest one for me is Nikkei, as well as one of these USD pairs, NAS, NZD, or Euro USD. The rest are not at levels. Yeah, so gonna put NZD USD here, Euro USD and Nikkei, and I'll keep an eye on US 30 or NAS. Okay, so still nothing here. Still waiting. This looks like it's starting to pull back. If it flips that breakout level, we already have rejection coming to the downside. If it comes back above, that'll be interesting, something to think about. But for now, I'm still just waiting on some type of move I can catch. All right, so Nikkei is starting to make its move. M15 is closing here and breakout. Have everything I'm looking for. Trend retracement on the M15. Trade that M15 bar in the 15 seconds. So I'm going to drop down to 15 seconds and see if I can catch my setup here. If it just continues on, then I'll be looking at the H1 for that trend retracement move. So trend retracements, I want to see a breakout bar, which we have. I want to see price retrace up to the momentum time frame below the breakout level. Right now it's right up here. Let's see if it wants to do that. Set my alerts here. And if it triggers that, I'll look for an entry. And if it doesn't, then I'll wait for the H1. The other pairs are just continuing to drop. So I already missed that move. Nothing I can do about this. These are all counter trend. Wasn't looking for that. Hard time frames are bullish, and I still had my bias based off of this fake out of the week, and I was looking for continued move back up. And so yeah, I wasn't able to catch that one. USD pairs not doing what I was looking for. So I think only Nikkei. Okay, so price has retraced, triggered that M5 high. This is a continuation pattern. Because I'm trading more scalping at the moment, I'd rather this be a proper bullish breakout. So I'm going to wait for a bullish breakout of this one. And if I don't get it, I'm waiting for the H1. Okay, here on the M15, we have an M15 breakout bar followed by a bullish fake out bar. That's a trend continuation setup. Indicator lets me know trend continuation. This one right here, breakout followed, actually a bearish one, breakout followed by bullish fake out on the M15. So these moves on lower time frames are trend retracements on a higher time frame. So I think since we have 15 minutes left, I'm not going to go for this one. I'm going to wait for the H1. And so the H1 trades on the M1, and I'll wait for that retracement on the M1 here. So let's just see how this is looking. One reason why I didn't like it is the M5 is just stuck in this range. Two opposite facing fake out bars. We're in a range here. I'd rather see it break out or a deeper pullback to the upside. And so I'm staying out of this one, and I'll wait for the 12 minutes to close. Hopefully this closes and breakout, and I'll look for either a trend retracement here or a breakout to the low. Okay, H1 bar closed in breakout. We have a trend retracement set up right here. Looking at the M1, looking at the H1 bar here. There was an entry on the M15. I mean the 15 seconds on that's looking at the M15. Pullback continuation move right here. Breakout, flipped that breakout level, came back down. This could have been a possible entry down to this level for a scalp, but wasn't interested in that because we're in ranges here. And now I'm looking for a trend retracement on the H1 bar. Trend retracement, breakout to the downside. We have that breakout bar. I want to see a retracement up to the breakout level, which is right here. I want to see a fake out of the momentum time frame, which is right above it. So let's see if that happens. And if I don't get that, then I'll look for a breakout to the downside. And it does make sense to take a breakout because we have a range on the M5, and we also have a bearish fake out bar, bullish fake out bar. This is a good breakout bar to take. Just on MetaTrader right now, just getting set up. Okay, so first thing I want to see is price come down. If it doesn't do that, then I don't mind taking the breakout because we are in a range here on the M5. M15 also in a range. So if I take breakouts, I wanted to break out of a range or some type of level. All right, so price finally setting up here. We have a breakout bar on the M15. There was a range here, came up, popped up at the top of the range. Now we have a breakout bar, false breakout entry right here. Indicator lets me know 27 seconds here. If it closes below, we're close to that H4 low, so I'm going to wait until the H4 low gets taken out. Breakout followed by inside. That's a trend continuation setup. In this case, where the fake out of the H1 high is above the breakout level. So technically it's a trend pullback, but I'm seeing this more as a trend continuation. So entry very soon here. Okay, closed where I want it. Just need to push below this H4 low. So currently it's faking out that H8 low, cutting through right in between the range. Never like to see that. Okay, so I'll be back if this crosses the H4 low. All right, here we go. Here's the entry, getting below all those levels. Nice move on the M15, looking for continuation here. 10-second, 15-second closures below this level. Looking for a continuation. Let's see if we can get that. It's flipping the M1 breakout level. Okay, had some trouble there. Okay, no entry. Coming up. Okay, breakout to the upside. Still no entry. Still waiting for continuation here. Or possibly even coming back up, faking out the high here. Okay, price pushing on down now. Closure and continuation, not yet. It's exactly where I want it. Looks like some other pairs are moving, but I'm preoccupied with this one. Looking for zero closures below levels, and there you go. Take this one. Technically, this is the exit already, but I'm holding it for a little bit longer here. Here's where momentum kicks in. And taking it down to the next level. Next breakout level is right over here. And I want to take it even further down. So final target, range low, very unlikely I'll hold it up to that level, but I'll I'll definitely hold it to this one. Okay, so that's that. Don't need to look at this anymore. Stop loss at the high of that entire structure. There was a range. Would love this M15 to close and break out. If it does that, then that's nice confluence. Saw some other alerts here. NZD USD at the levels. Euro USD. This is a nice H1 breakout bar. This is what I was looking for, but much earlier. I'm not going to be trading anymore. Don't want to take anything over the weekend. But this was what I'm looking for in order to take this down. NZD USD as well. So indices was overall bullish on US 30, but the move here was bearish. Didn't have any entry here. And nothing on SPX or NAS either. Nothing on gold. Yen pairs did nothing here. Swiss JPY. I'm going to take this out very soon. Yeah, looks like I picked off the nice one. And now just let's see if this one goes. So patiently waited the entire session and only took one trade.